Buenos tardes a todos de la Iglesia de Bonavista. Welcome to another weekly update from Bonavista Church Leadership, and I'm Justin, the youth director here. Some stuff that's happening in our city. August 1st, there's a bylaw going into place, and it means that in public places we're going to have to wear masks, and that includes churches. And so this Sunday, starting with your registration, kind of online, you'll be asked to wear a mask at church. And that's a tough one for some of us. I think some of us don't care, and some of us feel like it should have happened a long time ago, sort of on a provincial scale. But I think it's hard, and some of us feel like it's impositional. So us as a church we're going to Scripture for how we can respond, and the way we see it is reading stuff like Romans 13 and 1 Peter chapter 2, we see a lot of biblical precedent for submitting to the governing authorities, as long as it's not, in contradiction with God, the ultimate authority. So I encourage us all to reflect on those verses, because I want us to have a heart that is ready to worship without hindrance of frustration from these new restrictions. I think about these restrictions, and it kind of feels like sort of the walls are closing in, and there's less and less options, and it reminds me of those. You do know those classic moments in Spider-Man, and so he's swooping in, he grabs Mary Jane. There's that bus full of kids that is somehow falling off the bridge. He shoots him with his web, latches on, and then at the last second, he shoots up and gets the bridge, and so he's hanging there desperately. And as you watch that line that's on the bridge, we see it start to clip away. No singing in church, no handshaking, no saying hi to your neighbor, and all of these restrictions and these rules that are sort of clipping away at how we're used to doing church. But as you stare and as you watch that, you realize it can't hold forever, and that it's going to fall. And so Spider-Man's got Mary Jane and those kids, and there's nothing he can do. And so you shut your eyes, and the last little web piece falls, and then you realize your feet hit the ground, and you were just inches from the ground. Kind of that moment where you're drowning in shallow water, and then you stand up and realize, oh, I've been on firm ground all along. And for us as Christians, that firm ground, that firm foundation is Jesus Christ. We're standing on our rock. Our identity, our purpose, our salvation, our security is all firmly rooted in the person of Jesus. So nothing can take away that free gift of God's grace. Nothing can take away God's presence or our ability to worship Him. Nothing can take away the marriage between God and His bride, us, His people. And so I encourage you with these words from Paul, that who shall separate us from the love of Christ? Shall trouble, hardship, persecution, famine, nakedness, danger, or sword? And then to verse 37. No, in all these things we are more than conquerors through Him who loved us. So if our web snaps, we can't fall, because we're standing on a firm rock of Jesus Christ. And so God bless you this week, and God bless others through you this week.